Oh no! You need to shave your shit down to the root.
He's like,
old man over here. Old man summer, brother. You mad because you can't grow no facial hair.
You went to Denny's for the $2 breakfast.
You mad because you can't grow any facial hair. Don't be mad. You can't look. You don't have no gray on there.
Your facial hair look like old people baby hair. I don't even know what that shit is. You got one white patch.
I'm about to curl these too.
You got one white patch in the corner, bro. This is the right.
I'm about to curl it. That's wisdom, my brother. That's wisdom. Turn the light, brother. Turn so we can see who you are. We gotta see who you are over there, looking like Alf and shit.
No, anyway. Alf, no, that's too hairy, bro. He got that. That's a lot of hair for a boy.
Welcome. Come on in, have a seat. Welcome to Clockwatch Show. I got my boys over here with me. We just shooting the shit, as you could tell earlier, just joking with each other, playing dozens and shit. I'm black. I'm black. Yeah, I am black. I'm black.
You're the black host. I got you.
I'm Black Earth. I haven't been doing this in a while, so yo, I'm throwing to my left. Wait, hold up. Yeah, that's my left. Ready Reds. What's good? Welcome back to the show, brother.
My G.
And below him, we got the incomparable, the man with all the know-how. Get your pimp game straight. Big Kev, the professional.
Oh Lord.
Hey, it's good to see y'all, man. It's good to be on. I've been on in a while. I've been MIA, but it's good to be here, man.
That's dope. I love it. Shout out to the crew that's not here. As you see at the bottom, we got the Clockwatch there. Please join the YouTube channel. It's Clockwatch. Smash like alert. We're gonna get back on our thing, man, and keep pumping these shows out so you can see us. On another note, shout out to Big Clips staying here with us tonight. Yeah. Hopefully hop on. Big shout out to Tweet. Shout out to who else we missed? Oh, you here right now? That's right. Shout out to what's her name, Melissa. So I was supposed to be on, but she said she picked up a shift. Hopefully she'll just pop up because she's never on time to anything. So we'll see what happened with her. And a big definitely prayers and everything go out to our sister, our loved one, our Montana, going through with her terms right now in her fight that she's fighting right now. And she's in good spirits right now, so she's watching. A shout out to you, Montana, if you're on there. Give us a big Clockwatch hello. And yeah, so guys. Fuck it. Let's dive into this. First topic of the day. Deshaun Watson had 22 civil lawsuits. Is he up out of here? Or is this a mistaken identity? I want to go to this man right here, because he been telling me he got something to say on this all day. So I want to hear what he had to say about this. So the floor is yours, brother.
No, man, let's keep it real, right? Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. You got 22 lawsuits. Something happened with some of them. Let's be real. He's a man with money, and he don't know how to act. He's still young, 24, 25. At the same time, I leave room for doubt, because when I look at Bill Cosby's situation, every one of those ladies lied, right? But you look at Deshaun Watson, I don't know, bro. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And as we know, in the NFL, not for long. So being that they have the arguments and the complaints coming.
So you're saying he's guilty before proven innocent.
He's going to be like Michael Vick. We're going to see him in another 2-3 years. He's going to have to play for Philadelphia. He's going to have to back up.
That's almost 5 to 10. His charges get him 5 to 10.
I mean, think about it. 22 people, right? Let's keep it real, right? When you heard one story, the second story, the third story, after a while, you say, okay. But when you get to 22 and higher numbers and the girls are now giving out their names, some dropped out because they didn't want to hear their name in the profile, bro. When it gets that serious, you know it's real. And this ain't Tampa Bay where you can go to college and rape chicks and then go to Tampa Bay Bucks and just move to a whole other city. It's not allowed, bro. You know what I mean?
That's fake news right there.
No, that's not fake news. That's real facts. We got the court case.
James Winston, stop playing my boy.
He's still here. He's just not showing up to him. He don't come to Florida no more.
Don't talk about my boy like that.
Come on, man. There's a reason why they put Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. They don't want to talk about that boy no more.
Really?
Okay.
All right. Well, here's the thing, right? So I think Deshaun Watson, listen, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and victim blame or victim shame or whatever it is, because I don't know. I wasn't there. But this is a case of you not moving right. He's a young single man, and he out there getting massages and these I'm assuming therapeutic massages and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But you got to be smarter than this, man. I think it's interesting to know how out of nowhere 22 individuals showed up making claims, but nobody filed a police report. I think maybe one did at some point. But that's a lot of people showing up at the last minute without going straight to a civil suit without filing a police report. Because if you assault me, I got to have the police involved. You feel me? I think that's real interesting. But I'm not victim blaming or victim shaming. I don't know. I wasn't there. But you got to move. You got to move differently, man. And it seemed like nobody was looking out for him and trying to tell him, hey, man, you got to be a little bit more careful about who you letting the massage on you, because you can end up being in a case. You feel me?
Real quick though, but do you
haven't been vetted or something?
But do you? What you just said though, which is kind of crazy, right? He's getting therapeutic massages, right? Mm-hmm. And 22 people saying that he acted strange in a therapeutic massage. So let's think, these ladies work for these places, and you think if they tell on their star quarterback that they still have a job? So they're not thinking about just one thing. They're thinking about their family life. They thinking about things at home. They ain't worried about just one complaint and going to a police, because the police don't give them a job. A police don't give them a paycheck. A report don't do nothing for them. Only thing they can do is take it and say, hey, that's what the job is.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean,
listen, let me speak on this real quick, because most of the time, and when you're a professional athlete, you've already been learned the ropes, because you've talked to people before you, and they tell you to go to the therapeutic massage to get your Jones off instead of you getting.
He was hurt though. He was hurt. Wasn't he? From an injury in a groin.
You make it seem like he's Robert Kraft, bro. Come on, stop it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is though, because the whole thing is versus you going to the massage parlor versus you going to a prostitute. How does that look? I mean, so. They teach you how the ropes to go to get certain massage therapy. Now, what happened was he was seeing them and he got greedy. He had 22 of them. He didn't keep like 5 in reserve. That he was like this nigga. He like me. He like that strange. He like this shit. Like ain't no like no one. He had to get. We got to bake a dozen plus some. He had to get 2 bake a dozen. So
that's a lot of people. That's a lot of women, though, man.
I like a lot of women too. Sometimes, bro. Sometimes you don't like the way they fit. Sometimes you just don't fit. It's like puzzle pieces. Sometimes you got something fit better than the other. So you keep finding.
I want to put a disclaimer on this show that whatever he says ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
He is on his own. I believe differently.
You never brought the. Hold up, bro. What you like? You 6'5", Kel?
6'4".
6'4". So you know how it is when you go buy them socks, right? And they tell you to fit from your 6 to 12. And they don't fit right. And they too snug. They ain't loosen them.
That's funny.
I mean, they be saying size 12 to 14, but they feel like an 11 and a half.
That's exactly my point. So he was out there shopping, and he put the wrong sock on a couple times. It just took him 22.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you agree that he acted inappropriately. Thank you for agreeing.
I don't think no. It was a business arrangement.
That's what you just said.
I said it was a business arrangement. He was out there
over shopping and he forgot he didn't grab the right sock and he was doing his madness. That's what you just said.
Listen, hold on.
He was acting inappropriately.
Not appropriate. If they both agreed to it, it's not inappropriate. So they're both.
Well, she's saying it ain't.
She's saying now that it ain't because she found
this is a money grab. It's a money grab now.
We're in 2021 as a professional athlete, and he's a black professional athlete.
Yes.
Okay.
Quarterback. So
no matter what he do, have you heard of McNabb, anyone of these people doing any of that shit?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
McNair got himself killed.
Because they know better. Because they black.
McNair, you did. Hold up. McNair, you did. That's who killed his ass. Don't forget that. Because that side chick on the side killed his ass.
That was
killed
after the football career. That was not during the football career. That was after.
Because he got caught up afterwards too, but it still was.
He didn't get in trouble with no trainers. He didn't get any sexual misconduct treatments, no sexual harassment. None of them.
He also
not
had
even
no pandemic.
Michael Vick got that shit. He didn't know about
because he didn't have the pandemic.
To fuck with them chicks.
Because he had no pandemic. He didn't have no pandemic. Those money was short. So I'm telling you, money was short. They've been in the house. The only time they go and see is their clients. I'm not saying
you're reaching further than plastic, man, homie. Come on, man.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here. Come on, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say that all those women are lying. But what I'm gonna say to you, it sounds suspect as hell. Because one, why you wait all this time to come out like what you doing? They fall in line?
So you trust them.
Huh?
So you trust him. You don't think he did it?
Not around my daughter. But I mean, I can't say this man guilty.
Okay. So it would be okay if your daughter was of age to date him.
Okay.
Not around my daughter. He said I specified this already.
All right,
hold up, his girlfriend is what's her name? It's a supermodel. She's bad, and she trusts it. They're on jet skis, and she throwing the fingers at the law, talking about Pac, fuck the law, like, and she's bad. To be honest with you, she's a baddie.
She only cares about money. She don't care.
Can we acknowledge this for a second?
Yeah.
Through okay, he's a quarterback, right? And he throughout his whole time in college and his first few years in the league, we didn't hear a peep out of this guy, and he's been an upstanding citizen in the community the whole time. Now all of a sudden, 22 people come out of nowhere. It sounds suspicious. Listen, if you are a rapist or an assaulter, somebody who's going to assault women, you probably have a history of that somewhere. And he's never had a history of that. Everybody who speaks of him speaks highly of this man. That doesn't mean that he's not a weirdo. That don't mean he's not a weirdo, but I just find it kind of suspect.
Kevin Spacey
did have a history.
He didn't have no history.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah. Yes, he did. There was a long list of it. People don't want to speak about it, but they known about him. Everybody known about him. Hollywood all knew about him.
But that's two different things. We're talking about a black quarterback. Hold on a second. We're talking about a black quarterback who know the spotlight is on him versus a man who work in Hollywood that's on some whole nother lifestyle thing. Two different scenarios there.
Plus, if he felt he was guilty, that motherfucker would have settled. B, like if you coming out your pocket, $100,000 here or a $250,000 here is worse than is better off than all these shit leaking out of here. And they asked for settlement. He said no. He said I absolutely not settle. My name. He said I am going to prove my we call it my name. And he fought it and he's fighting it. And 22 keep coming out, bro. So after it comes a point where you be like, oh shit, I got to buckle. I got to listen. You know what? I got a buckle. So he obviously has receipts from when he paid these chicks to do the things they were doing. Now, like the funny thing is, well, I don't want to cast aspersion on the person, but when the first lady came out that claimed that was the first the victim, she came out and you could tell that was not how she was presenting herself. You can see all the tattoos underneath there, and not to say the tattoos is a bad thing, but you can see that how they presented her in front of the cameras was not who that person was. You know what I mean? It just seems like they were trying to sell a different picture of this girl that because you know what kind of girls you can get at. Let's be honest. You know it's the type of girl that you know that you can get at and you can do certain things versus other chicks that you wouldn't even attempt to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she seemed like one of those sketchy chicks that would you call
trying to get a bag, trying to grab a bag.
Off the bag. Yeah. I don't blame her.
She wanted the bag. She would come out on his next contract, not this one.
No. Hold on. He already signed that million. He already signed it. $49 million extension that he still doesn't want to play for the team. He already got the bid. He just signed it. So he did get cheap. He just got it. It was like a 6 year or 5 or 6 more years, whatever like that. So this is the contract. This is the bag.
Right.
Hold on. We got
go ahead.
Scott, sometimes women coming forward will lend bravery and the necessary confidence to the other victims to come out and name their assaulter. Your facts. You're right. That
is true. That's
true. A history stats somewhere. A history starts somewhere. Kev. It starts now.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying, Scott. I do. But here's the other thing that we got to take into consideration too is the fact that all of a sudden he asked to be let out or traded.
Yeah.
And I find it very interesting how the lawyer for these ladies are friends with the owner, lived down a couple, used to be neighbors.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting too. I mean, that's just real interesting. But I don't know. I'm not victim shaming or victim blaming. And yeah, I do understand that sometimes it takes the one brave individual. But here's the deal. If I pull my groin and I'm getting worked on for that, and you a bad chick and you rubbing around in my groin area, it's probably gonna stand up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta shoot your shot.
Yeah, I'm a grown ass.
I ain't gonna shoot my shot. I'm just
matter of fact,
I'm just saying, I'm as a guy, right?
Yeah.
A woman rubbing around on you in your area, you probably might get
like,
I don't know.
We call it the Love Jones. Rubbing around the Love Jones.
That could happen.
Here's another thing also, because where's that line at nowadays? Because back in the day, from us hounding that chick, it seemed like you can't do that anymore because you would be considered up on some charges now, saying certain shit.
That's why they're supposed to get it done in the training room, because they have cameras and all of that.
No. I'm talking about as a dude, as you trying, like he knew. Listen, he wasn't just going there from the side. He was told to go there to ask for Becky. Or
I think you might be right. For some of them, I think you might be right. Yeah, some of them were doing real work, and some of them was doing some work and some extra for some change
and some dirt.
Yeah. So and that's what I said. You know the history of people on his. Because here's what's going to come out. Well, here's what's going to fuck up or come up or save him if he has other players that actually went there and they've got the same treatment. Now, if he has people that can like say, listen, she offered me the same service, if this should come out, then that blows up their whole case. You know what I mean? So like, if this is a thing, if this was their business, if he just brings out anybody else that has could say witness and sign dates that he did with the same people and recommended him, then bang. The funny thing is, you know who's been doing this also? The Patriots owner. What happened to him? Case got thrown away. He was paying them women for sex. He was coming in there. Like the same thing. There's this one thing is that
I like that. I see what you did there.
He was playing.
Well, that's the truth, though.
One's old rich ass owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, the ball was the same case, and he got that shit thrown out. What about that lady? Ain't nobody else talking about the assault that she was like. It was a sting operation. Like, ain't nobody talking about them ladies. Them came out separately and civil because they had to sign something. No, they had to sign something so they can't sue their ass later. Rich protect rich.
You know, it seems like a lot, but you know what? If you think about it, right? If you're a professional athlete and you're traveling from city to city, you know, a couple of therapists in every city, the numbers could add up on you. You know what I mean? But I just find it very. I just find it interesting how he never had any issues before. I mean, this guy he's like Russell Wilson, and all of a sudden, bang. This many girls, but he could have got greedy, like you said. You know what I mean? He might have had the perfect setup and a perfect arrangement, and somebody dropped the.
But look at Tiger Woods. Same thing. Tiger Woods. We thought he was all good, and then all of a sudden we found out
he wasn't raping chicks either. He was just fucking. He wasn't raping. That's
no. There was no money. There was no benefit of them coming out against.
Is that it doesn't matter what your background looked like. What comes out the closet comes out the closet. That's all I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter what he did. I'm saying. You keep your freaky shit silent, and when it comes to the light, you're like, damn, everybody gonna know now I'm a fucking freak.
Now, this is a lesson in how to treat women. Everybody should have been doing everything that what's his name? The captain, the baseball player, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. Alex, right? No, not Alex Rodriguez. The captain from the Yankees. Anyway.
What, Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter. Remember, he used to have all these ladies, and he would give them a gift basket and tickets to the games. Yeah. And you gotta treat them right. And if not,
no. You gotta have the great lawyer. You guys have a great lawyer to put up the paperwork so you can have them sign it here. It's signed here because they should come and act like, listen, everything we about to do, you agree to. Just like Kanye West. Kanye West had what's that chick sign agreement that she can never talk about that he like fingers in his booty.
That did happen.
My Lord.
Amber Rose, he made Amber Rose sign a thing that she could never talk about their sexual in the bedroom and about the things that he liked.
Now let me clear something up real quick.
Hold on before
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get this comment real quick because Scott put it there. So, Kev, I get that. But if you pull your groin, you're going to a professional. You're not hitting up the unlicensed Instagram models.
That is true. I give you that, and that's what I think where the issue is. I think some of these people were professionals, and some of them were maybe licensed, but not really focused on that. They was focused on.
They were licensed therapists to make you feel good. He went to not. I was gonna say penis envy, but I meant to say massage envy.
Wow.
And got one of these girls that said, "I'll do a little extra on the side." Oh, you that football player, but now it's just like because her speech was like, "Oh, I love massage therapy. I respect it as a craft and as an institution." Yeah. But it's been always linked. Well, there's not always, but for a long time, it's been linked to prostitution.
Right.
Happy ending. That term didn't come from nowhere. Like it is what it is. I feel if she's a victim, my heart goes out for the person. I hope that he gets punished to the highest sense of the law or whatever. But he's not. But they're not. But here's the thing: he's not gonna get punished for law. He's only gonna hit his pockets because it's only civil suit.
True, but I tell you one thing: if he out here assaulting women, he need to get the punishment. Because I tell you
You're
what,
right.
you ain't gonna just take advantage of my daughter and just be walking around free. I'm gonna maim your ass. That's what's gonna happen.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
So if he really wrong, then he need to get the punishment for that. So someone need to come out and take his ass to court and put him underneath the jail like they need to. Like if this is because this means that if I was his lawyer, first of all, I'm telling you, my client has a sexual addiction. He needs to seek therapy and come out and saying that he just has an addiction. That's not what they used to do. Come out there, got an addiction, sweep it under the rug, pay the people, and it was over with.
Seriously, what dude does not have a sexual addiction?
Huh?
Exactly. What dude does not have a sexual addiction?
You're right. Remember what Tiger Woods did it. Remember Tiger Woods did it. He went to jail. He went to
watch TV. I got a problem, but I ain't raping nobody, and I ain't going crazy.
Well, we used the word rape, and that wasn't the word used because women have talked about they agreed to the sexual act. I mean, that they went along with the sexual act. They just felt that it was that they felt like they had to go along with it. It wasn't like he was out there. It wasn't that he was out there raping these bitches. Excuse my language. He ain't there raping them. He was out there. He was having.
Oh, it was not a raping bitches. Excuse my language. I got you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just bad all the way around. It was bad for the ladies. They really
hold on. Because he basically wrong. Huh? There's a difference between rape and sexual assault. Well, so let's clarify that.
My bad. All right, he was inappropriate. But I'm just saying is the whole thing just makes me mad anyway, just because he is who he is. I mean, he's just one of them black people. We thought we gonna be like, yeah, he wanted the good guys. He's gonna go through the NFL. He's gonna be able to say, I was a great quarterback, didn't have no problems, but instead he gets shut down. I mean,
well, let's keep it real though, because one player we didn't bring up was Ben Roethlisberger.
Public eyes, he's gonna be this dude no matter what. So that's matter. The
Ben
Roethlisberger done killed his whole entire
Ben Roethlisberger
image.
And he was accused of rape
twice.
You remember that?
Who?
Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. He was accused of rape.
Yeah, but he's white, so he's all right.
That's the sad part. But he was accused by two different people, and it didn't destroy his image. And he's still the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
Yeah.
And what? And then Michael Vick fights dogs, and he goes and backs him up. I mean, come on. You can tell me whatever you want. Tell me that. Come on. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, you know what? Don't let me get on that. Because Ben Roethlisberger going to get away with a lot more than any other black quarterback. Right now, if these were the 22 trainers that were touching Ben Roethlisberger, they wouldn't be coming out now. Let's
don't really matter. Not forget about the Peyton Manning one too.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. But I'm just saying that's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about the Peyton Manning either. Remember Peyton Manning
in college? Yeah, it is happening in college.
Yeah, but it didn't come out as his career ended in the NFL. Yeah. Right.
Like I said, man, if he actually did something, he needs to. It'll come out. The truth will come out. Let's just say that the truth will come out.
What's done in the dark will come to light.
Yeah. So. It's just sad because when you being with him being a quarterback, especially a black quarterback, it is a big deal. You just got to move differently, man. You just got to move differently.
He's a black quarterback. He is the quarterback for the black quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Right now, him and Russell Wilson are the top two. You know, and that's what.
Some would say, oh boy, out there, Mahomes too. You know what I mean? You just got to move different, man, and you got to realize, it's bigger than just you. So, and unfortunately, we still live in that kind of a world. So, things is bigger than you.
He paid them so they would leave. That's what he paid them for. He paid them price so they would leave. That this would never come up. Someone did that.
You think they're probably accusing him because he ain't going there no more?
I think he's being railroaded. To be honest, my personal opinion, he's being railroaded. People. Yes, bro. Yeah. Remember the dude that they made a story about? That. Hold up.
There's 22 people giving out their names and gonna get their life dissected and have people go.
They're actually not. They're not gonna get
ask them about their background. For me to say that all 22 is full of smoke, I don't know, bro.
Well, two people are already. They two people apparently.
Out of 22, there were 24 people. Out of 24 people, 2 of them dropped out when they heard that the lawyer said he was going after everybody's name and going to expose the name because
he wants their name put out there. Not everybody wants their name.
I hear you. I understand that, but in the defense, you also want to know who your damn accuser is. That's like somebody like the ghost is accusing you, and you can't defend yourself against it because you can't defend yourself.
No, I'm all for that, and I'm all for that. You're right, but the thing about it is, those 2 people like, I need my job.
We don't know.
What am I going to get from this court?
They could be self-employed. They could be independently wealthy.
You're independent when you're a massage. You're independent contractor.
Yeah, but where you get your clients from?
You get your clients from anybody.
If she's working on an NFL player or a sports person, she's going to lose those NFL clients as a whole.
Let me tell you something. They haven't been using NFL. They haven't been. If I was,
you're gonna say that you can say that for sure. You know that.
Listen, if I knew a short thing of taking this money grab versus worrying about other NFL players, I'm gonna take the money grab. Because if I found out that Deshaun Watson was around my area around the time, I'm calling up saying he treated me differently in massage therapy too. I'm gonna take my.
Once again, you're saying it's a civil case. There's not much money in this case.
It is the money for what they were asking for she was asking for 200,000 was something ridiculous. That's more than some people see. Not everybody want millions.
Well, it's not only that bag, but then you get the appearance fee, television, maybe book deal,
writing a book deal,
all that kind of stuff.
Be up on Oprah, like come on, B, like the money is endless. Your whole we got Lewinsky. Lewinsky got a hold of Clinton, made her a millionaire, B.
I don't know. This is just bad. It's bad, bro. I mean, I hope that this guy is innocent. If you're not innocent, then you got to pay up, bro. You got to pay. You know what I mean? You got to live with that.
All right, we got a comment from Facebook user. Please accept the terms. Look above the chat. You'll see where it says StreamYard. Click on that so we can see acknowledge who you are. This smells of a power play from the organization. They are making it impossible for him to leave. Well, they don't want to make it possible. They don't want him to leave. Are some of these women right? Probably. But nothing will come from it in the long run. It's a civil case. That's true. Yeah, and time will be proof. Yeah.
That person is absolutely correct.
100% correct. That's why I told you, ain't nothing to get from the civil case.
The no suit was without prejudice, which means it could be refiled and that it was privacy and security reasons. Well, yeah, I mean, I got you, but nobody wants their name attached to this. They want to be able to get. Listen, like I said, if I found out that Watson was in my area and I was a massage therapist, I'm all for it. Call me up. Yeah, he looked at me funny. He looked at me funny.
Come on,
man. We ain't doing that. We can't do that.
Come on, man. What kind of show, man?
Yeah,
selling it out. Selling out. That's that money grab, B. That's what that happens.
I can't sponsor that.
I'm saying,
man, I hope this guy is innocent, man. I hope he's innocent, man.
Me too.
I mean, listen, whether he is or not, that is really not for a jury or to whatever. Well, it's not even jury. It's for whoever comes with the best settlement. Because else we get the truth. Because we're never gonna get the truth. To be honest with you, because it's not. He may not. It's gonna always be him versus her, and the only one that knows the truth is God. To be honest, we'll never get the truth because it's about money. Anything about money is always going to be cheapened, in my opinion. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next subject. We're gonna break it up a little bit before we hit the heavy hitters. Bang! Can you make a hoe a husband or a housewife? I'm gonna go with you, Cal. What's your thought on this?
Sorry about that. I was having some headphone issues.
Oh, yeah.
I could jump in on this.
What's that?
I could jump in on this easily.
We'll let you go. I'll let you lead off. Go ahead. Ready, Raz?
No. Simple. Because one thing is, man, I trust a dog to be a dog. I trust a cat to be a cat. If you got a hoe, that's a hoe. And you know. So when she go out there and she do some hoe shit, you can't say, I didn't think she would do that. She got a history.
No. Full stop. Got you. You got.
Hey, bro, I just did it. I got with the girl who was 44 and she was a hoe. And she told me she was no longer a hoe. All of a sudden, I spent 5 years and now I'm alone because of this cheating ass hoe. Well, that's what she was. But hey, I thought I was the man because she was cheating on a man with me. Then I got cheated on and she was the next nigga. And right now, she's not even with that nigga. So, I mean, a hoe is a hoe, and she's 46.
So she wasn't retired?
Nah, man, and I'll be honest with you, man. The worst thing is that most of these girls aren't hoes. They're just misguided. Be honest with you, bro, because a lot of these girls really ain't hoes, but they got so many options. Imagine, bro. Okay, we have male logic, but women have women logic, two different logics. So now they sitting there, they're talking to a guy, and they're on a date with a guy, and the guy was like, okay, I'll take you out, I'll buy this, I'll treat you good. And then 5-6 months later, they starting to get into some argument. What did she do? She jumped on Facebook. Guess what? This nigga happy to see me. He don't take me out no more and do nothing. And then she jumped with that dude. And it keeps going around a cycle because they're like, because the expectation of what men are supposed to do today is no longer realistic. That's why almost 90% of marriages end up in divorce, and 85% of those are in the first 10 years because marriage really ain't shit no more. Everybody's a hoe. That's why I had a post on my Instagram. I don't care no more. As long as you want to pay half on the rent, we could take turns cheating. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I really don't care at this point. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Oh man!
As long as you come half of the rent, we can take turns cheating.
Yeah, I got 6 months. You got 6 months. We can do every other month. You can take the first half of the year, and I take the last half. I mean, we'll be faithful on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Those will be the only 2 days we faithful.
That's funny. I needed to hear that because it's been a tough week and a half, man. That's funny.
You think it's a joke? I'm so serious, bro. Like, I gotta say, I don't give a damn about no relationship no more. A girl would tell me, I never cheat. I'm like, I don't give a damn. What kind of job do you got? What's your credit score? That's all I'm worried about right now, man. I don't care what you do. I can come home now and see a girl cheating. I'm like, yo, y'all two keep going. I just need to grab some clothes real quick. Yo, my G.
You know what? That might be all right. That's kind of pimpish. That's kind of pimpish. So I get that. No, bro, he's saying that, but his feelings will be hurt, y'all. I don't believe that.
Listen, my feelings got hurt 3-4 times already. I don't got them feelings no more. I eat Snickers. Fuck that. Move on.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's reckless.
No, that's
you can both cheat. Hold on, man. I'm gonna coin that phrase. We can both cheat. Long you have half the rent.
Bro, as long as you got half the rent, I'm good, bro. If you meet yourself a good cheating ass nigga too, make sure he bring in some light. He got at least pay the light bill, nigga.
Oh my God.
If you gonna play my radio and use my TV, at least let the nigga pay the light bill 1 or 2 months. That's all I'm asking, bro. I don't give a damn no more. I tell a chick, if I cheat on you, at least the chick is gonna come with food stamps or a credit card. I got something.
All right, well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
So upgrade you? Are you lateral stepping,
bro? Listen, man.
Are you trying to upgrade you? Are you taking a lateral step? What you doing?
What happened?
Are you trying to upgrade? You trying to take a lateral step? What you doing? I mean, you cheat up or you cheat down?
No. First of all, when I fuck up, I fuck up. I no longer go there. All right.
Yeah.
That's why I talk to girls now who have a credit score. You could be with me for a year and be cheating, but I guarantee your credit score helped me out somewhere in my life in another aspect. Trust me. Right now, hey, bro, last year my credit card was 437. This year it's over 700, and my credit card is made of metal. You see what I'm, and that ain't because I have good credit. I just met good bitches along the way. Once again,
okay.
I don't care.
Ladies, if y'all here, please reach out to Big Red. Ladies, please reach out to Big Red if you need some instructions. He got his cane over in the corner. We can't see it though.
That's all right. My kid in the corner still got a credit card made of metal.
Listen, man.
A girl be asking me.
I'm gonna say something to you, Rez. I'm gonna say something to you real quick. I like that energy, my motherfucker. I like that energy, and I've been
man.
I like that energy.
Everybody's looking for this perfect chick, bro. And everybody's looking for this perfect dude. Like a girl's trying to tell me she want a nigga that's 6 foot, makes 6 figures, got 6 inches. That's too many sixes, bitch. That nigga the devil. Why would that nigga want you? Get the fuck up out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man.
Yeah, I love that.
None of that shit for you. And if I got 6 figures, 6 inches, a 6-pack, bitch, I don't want you. Fuck you doing to get me?
Yeah.
See, everybody's worried about the pressures of pleasing a chick. But hold on, if you want all this shit from me, what are you doing for me?
For me, facts.
All right.
Big Red. Listen, I agree with you, brother, because I don't give away free dick because you got to pay for it.
No. Yeah. If I'm low on rent this week, I'm gonna talk to a nice girl because she already cheating anyway. Because you think she was just messing with me? Oh no! Oh, I love you. You're the only one. It's your baby. I love. These are lies that women tell every day.
All the time. You know what I mean?
I love you. The catchphrase to me. She's like, I love you. I love me too, girl. Keep up the confidence.
That's exactly what I said. I love me too.
Thanks for the motivation. I love me too. Talk to you later.
No, let me run this comment real quick. Scott said, a tire doesn't change its stripes, man. Once those frontal lobes are developed, you're still cheating. That's just who you are as a person now.
Frontal lobes are developed. Yeah. My man. All right.
Listen. Yeah. You can't make listen. You can turn some husbands. Some dudes change their ways, man. Some dudes change their ways because after a while, you get tired after a while of chasing all this shit, man.
Well, that's the problem. You chase it. Don't chase. It comes right to you. It comes right to you.
No. Even if it sits in your lap, there comes a point when a man doesn't want to do it all the time.
Man, you want to go to Applebee's, right? You don't even need a good credit card. You just need a Capital One. Just lick the bitch, put on your forehead, and just look at bitches. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They'll run up to you. So they didn't got a credit card.
This is the funniest shit I've heard in a long time, man.
To be honest with you, it's like
this is good entertainment.
No,
every relationship I've ever had.
Listen, man. In Florida, right?
Yeah.
As long as I live in Florida, I'm going to be single.
You should be in Florida, yeah.
There is no way you're getting a chick in Florida and she's faithful.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I lived there for 13 years. I listen.
Bro, listen, and you live up there. I live in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the South Florida. Yeah. Every chick here is looking for the next nigga with a bigger credit card.
Well, the same thing.
They don't care about this size or nothing. They want a credit card that they can take. I had a chick that said, "Hey, I need you to get my hair done." I said, "Bitch, my hair ain't done." My hair looks like this. Why am I paying for your hair? When I develop hair, me and you could talk about something. When you become a hairstylist.
He has a point. Scott has a point. He says New York and Jersey girls too. No, there's a difference between Jersey girls and New York girls.
Or New York,
because Jersey girls
on the bus stop.
What?
What happened?
New York girls will talk to a nigga at a bus stop. They can ride the bus together every morning. They can have a relationship. Don't come to Florida thinking that's what's up.
Yeah, I find it's a little different. Actually, here's the thing. I'll give you the difference between New York and Jersey. New York, you have to work for that. And especially in certain places where you're at, you have to. They want to know what you're making, what money you're making. They want to know all that.
Like $3,000.
You gotta go on dates. You gotta go on. Yeah, you're right. You gotta do all this other extra shit. No, you will find the ones that you can beat in the head over. You get over on them. Yeah, you find them everywhere. But in New York, the quality women that you want to date, they make you jump through those hoops. Jersey is a whole different ball game. If they fucks with you and they talk and you have conversation, you fucking. That's basically what it comes down to. It's Jersey has been always like a cool spot. Like you meet a chick, you talk to a chick, you definitely smash. If she ain't talking, you wasting her time if you ain't smashing. That's basically what it comes to.
Because she's already smashing other niggas. You just said she's a hoe.
Well, I ain't called her a hoe at all. I just said
no. You talk to her, you smashing. That's the hoe. So go on.
Why couldn't it be she's interested in finding out what the game is like in the beginning and then wasting her time to find out the shit is trash later. So I mean you can look at it different ways there. She could be a one that she like to be out, she like to test out her product early so that she won't waste her time with it later. I mean, I've done that. You know, I've met chicks and be like, hey, all right, cool. All right, I can't fuck with you no more. Especially the ones that like to talk all that shit in the beginning, be like, before you get to be
right? Well, hoe, H-O-E. You know what that is, right? Heavy on erection. That means they jumping on it. They running on it. All right, they're heavy on the directions, bro. They riding that shit.
Oh, Big Ray with the one-liners, man. Let me get a pencil and some paper and write something. I feel like I need to Venmo you some money with all this game you dropped on.
Like I don't use Zelle.
And then Florida is very it's very relaxed and relatable and it's easy. Like Florida's really, and then plus you got all them damn strip clubs. So I mean, it's like what you don't find out there, you always find in.
Those are college education funding.
Oh wow! I think Scott says we're in a generation gap here. I'm in New York, New Jersey, and I don't think that is accurate for young girls. No, because no, these young chicks don't believe in relationships. They just giving it away. I'm talking about the older.
Hold on. These young girls are doing shit that I never even heard of.
Yeah, that's factual.
Talking about having threesomes, fivesomes, and animals, and
no. What's the term for it? Polyamorous.
Yeah, polyamorous. Yeah, faggot. Yeah, that shit. So anyway, niggas and girls.
Polyamory, whatever. Right now, I can't pronounce it. Be able to be in a relationship with multiple people.
No, it doesn't matter the person. Just polyamorous means you're into anything that attracts you.
Yeah, I hear that. But I mean, multiple people. I didn't say one sex or whatever. It's multiple people. Yeah,
animals. So anything, as long as it turns you on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that on this subject. right where that one is, right? But you're right, Scott. This is a different culture. When I was talking about the wining and dining, I'm talking about like the women that have careers, stuff like that. The younger ones, you're right, are not. Kev, can you hear me?
I don't even think he's wearing his headphones.
Kev, can you hear me? All right. So Kevin having a little technical difficulty. And that's why he's not even adding into this right now.
All right.
He don't want to hear my crazy shit.
No, you know what? I understand completely what you've been saying. And you make a husband or a housewife. I'm gonna have to say I don't really like the term hoe because.
All right. Can you make a loose woman? A loose man?
Can you deal with the girl that has a whole lot of space in her front?
You got no walls.
Here's the reality of it, right? Women have sex just like men do. That's why I don't call them hoes. Women like sex just like men do.
I said no. The question was men are hoes too. That's not.
Right. Says a husband or a housewife. It doesn't say a hoe. There's some hoe niggas too.
No, well, people get married, so therefore you can turn people who like to share into husbands and wives. That's what I'm gonna say. Because everybody like to have sex. Men definitely like sex. Women love sex too. So
you talking about swingers and shit?
No, I'm just talking about in general. And some women like to share a little bit more than others.
Well, if you knew that,
they're called swingers.
Yeah, okay.
And the nigga that accepts his whole wife, he says, you know what, I'm gonna join the whole lifestyle, and we both gonna become swingers. Because he knows wife is old.
Your appetite. Let's put it this way: can you curb your appetite for this person that you claim that you love?
No.
So
I don't think
then you can't change. Then that means that then you would never be able to change. Yeah. You believe that?
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
So that means that we're all doomed then. Like that means that then we should never look for a relationship or marriage.
Well, this is the question. Why is people getting married before anyway?
For property reasons.
Yeah, for religion.
There is no reason for marriage. We just get married because it's the thing to do. Because girls like to hear it. The only reason we buy a ring and give it to them is because they want to hear it and we want to keep them around for it. We don't really care about marriage.
It's because we want to own our property.
So why would I want to get married to a chick who can take my house, take my car, take everything I work for? Fuck that. Bro,
it's not yours.
I lost 2 houses to love. Listen, I lost 2 houses to love. I ain't losing this motherfucker because I got this on my own.
And that means your love was strong.
That means that love. Next chick, I don't care if she stay or go because this motherfucker staying right here with me. We can get married tomorrow. If she want a divorce, guess where this house stays?
What's yours is what's hers. Me?
No.
Not unless it's in a trust.
No. That was 1920s.
Or an LLC. No. Okay.
Yes, the house is in the LLC. The house is in the LLC. Yes.
I can't front. Like, I'm a brother that I think marriage would curb my appetite. I think it will. You know, I feel like best man. I think it will. I'm ready to retire my jersey. I'm ready to hang that up from the Raptors. My bachelor party is going to be my retirement ceremony. I think I have it all planned out. So the day I did my bachelor party, going to be like my jersey going up, talking about we had a good run. You know what I mean? And like that's the whole thing, bro. That's what I have it all planned out.
You gonna retire 2 different numbers?
Man, I got numbers to retire, fake names to retire. But bro, it ain't going nowhere because I live in Florida.
Okay. I still remember my fake ID. My fake ID in New York was Dante Malik Williams. I had to have some soul. I remember you could just go to on the Ave in Manhattan, just go pick it up. $20 get you this. I mean, we lived in a different era, man. We had a good time. Like a lifestyle.
I never got carded. At 17, I was at the bar with Ryan, and Ryan was getting carded, and he was the one that was over age. I was the one that was 17, 18 and drinking. I never
got carded either, but I used to have it because I wanted to go to places in New York. So when we were in Jersey, I wanted to go to New York, and I just want to have it in case what I'm gonna do without a card if they didn't.
Remember when I turned 18, I bounced out down here. I deuces to Washington. I came to Florida.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been here since, so I never had to worry about alcohol. But my thing now is that I don't even look at alcohol. I go to places now to see what kind of alcohol a girl is drinking. That'll make me talk to her because she may seem like she has some sense.
So you try to go Cosby's hoes.
I know, right, you guys?
Bro, you gotta look at the chick, right? Like the chick that I met last week. She makes $135,000 a year in Florida, right? Big deal, right? She lives by herself. She has her own house. As beautiful as this girl is and all the money she got, she's single.
Yeah.
Married 3 times.
Yeah.
Why am I going to try to marry her the 4th time? She's not good at being a wife.
No, that's why you gotta get the sponsor.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank her for her credit.
Yeah.
I'm going to thank you for her time. And if she wants to move in and pay half the mortgage, I'm all for it until she's ready to go. When I used to in Florida, we had a thing we call sponsorship. That's what we're looking for, sponsorship. Find somebody to take care, I'm looking for a real woman, but as long as they want to play games, I got the game you want to play.
Nah, you looking for sponsor.
Hey, you know what? Believe it or not, I think it sounds crazy what he's saying, and I think there's a lot of women that would agree with that. Just because he's just keeping it straight up and putting it all out there on the table.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women that be like, okay, cool. We good. I'm good with that too.
Listen, because nowadays I look for the women. I don't look for women out there looking for women right now, but I'm saying when I was out there looking for them, I had to find out what their husband made, so I know that he could take care of us comfortably. You know what I mean?
No, man, I don't even care.
We're gonna change this to pimp watch.
Nah, I'm just saying. No, but see, the thing about about it is that you think about it, right? Humans are the only ones that believe in the concept of monogamy. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
You tell me another species that cares about monogamy.
No.
It's something that's not realistic. We just conform to it. So I said,
that's not realistic.
No, hold on, son. I believe in marriage and monogamy at 60.
Okay.
Damn, 60.
At 50, I'm mentally ready.
Okay.
At 60, I might complete.
Well, shit. I listen. I'm at the point where I'm mentally ready now. But I'd rather have these last moments because life is short, bro. I want to have these people to enjoy the time with the memories.
That's called your family. That's called your daughters. I'm
talking about significant.
You spend all your time. You try to make it. What happened to the mom? How come y'all ain't married?
Who's that?
You.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Yeah, like I told you. See, love is fake, bro. We all love until we don't love no more. So love is just temporary.
Well, I want temporary shit to last about 6-7 years. Let me get that out of it.
Yeah, remember, look how long I was with my baby mama. Remember how I found out she cheated? She was at the park saying, "Hey, dude, Sharif was like, oh, ran train." I was like, damn.
Bring back memories. Don't live like people do. Remember you.
And what she told me, oh, well, you're the only guy I've been with. I just see what other guys were like. Oh, that's great, bitch. Bye.
Yo.
Oh man.
Listen, man, I trust, like I said, I trust dogs to be dogs, I trust cats to be cats, I trust liars to be liars, thieves to be thieves. A hoe is a hoe. Simple. If you're heavy on erections, do you? I don't even care. Matter of fact, you can come here, make breakfast and dinner. We never have to have sex, but please make sure on the first. 1358 is due. That's
okay.
You know what I mean? That's all.
There's a lot of shit I want to add to this conversation, but I can't.
I'm just saying, man, people think about love too much. The problem is what people need to do is when they get in a relationship, they need to start a business together. Think about making each other better. So when y'all break apart, you have a financial ability to separate and nobody feel mad. Y'all might even be friends at the end. I'm dead serious. People who are looking for relationships to be up underneath each other every day is wasting their time. I'm looking for a girl that wants to do business. Let's make our life situation better. I don't care who you fucking. I really don't. I got to that point. I ain't checking your phone. I don't care. You have 5 niggas hitting you up. Matter of fact, I'll tell you 5 niggas that'll holler at you right now if you want their number. I don't give a damn, bro.
And the funny thing is, like,
what can you do to better my life? That's it.
Right. Yeah, how you?
If I can help you better yours in the time, I hope I can.
What she say? What's that singer says? She said, "How you add to me." It's about I want you gotta bring something to the table. Like 50 Cent say, ain't about how you perform in the bed. I want that bread. Those simple things, man. I mean, I want this.
The chick I was with a millionaire. Guess what? She's single now with no job. Millionaire money ran out. She not that cute no more. And then looking at her 46, like, bitch, who you think gonna get another millionaire? You should have cooked. You should have cooked. Damn. Now you're homeless. And then she comes about me, oh, you know, I messed up. Oh, no, bitch. Listen. I ain't gonna double up. I can't be the half the man that nigga is. He got millions. If he got $1 million and can't handle you, me with my paycheck can't deal with you. Deuces.
But they look for is not about the money. They want someone to hold their hand. That's what they
say. Listen, bro. They all say they want a nigga to treat them right. But what happens? The nigga that treats them right don't make enough money. The nigga that treat them right don't have the right body. The nigga that treat them right don't have the right car. The nigga that treat them right don't have the credit she needs. The nigga that treat her right don't have the job that she needs.
Yeah,
bro. These chicks' expectations have gone too far.
Well, they changed.
And they want all this shit for nothing. And niggas is giving it to them.
You're right.
That's why now certain niggas are getting smarter, looking at these bitches like, you what? Oh, thank you for your time. I just need you here for 6 months.
Well, I mean, you're speaking truth. The professional, you have anything to add to that?
I mean, he just summed up what I've been saying since we started the podcast. He just said it a little bit more direct and straight. I put a little sugar on it, but he basically said the same. We've been saying this. I just like me listen to me talk. I just wouldn't have been so direct with it like that.
I agree.
Expand it out in the show. But yeah, I mean,
no, this is me on a 24/7 basis,
though.
bro. Like I go direct because, like, for me, I think people like to find nice ways of saying stuff, but the only way to say something is direct.
He's direct, yeah.
Because you know what? If it hurts your feelings, then it was supposed to hurt your feelings.
You learn from
it meant something.
You learn something from it.
Hey man, it's like I tell people. People laugh when I tell them this, but when I go to church on Sunday, people are like, you go to church, you don't turn to flames when you walk through the door? Nah. You know what I mean? But I go to church because there's certain things that they talk about that give you a certain mentality that uplift you. And the thing about it is that when you get uplifted and you feel like you're doing something, the worst thing you could do is come home to a woman that's going to bring you back down. You see? And that's the thing. Girls don't think that they should elevate their man anymore. You see, like Obama didn't become president because he thought he was going to become
generational. President. I think it's a generational thing, man. I do. I think it's a generational thing. And I think the good women out there are, I would say, would be okay with elevating a man. But I think what happened was that women started getting burned because I think they've always been that way. But it was some point, and I feel like it was in the 90s when the shit flipped, when things flipped
all day.
And women decided they was gonna start really looking out for themselves because they got tired of being sold the dreams. I think that's what happened. I could
be wrong. Sold dreams. They wanted a dream. They started from elementary school. Once upon a time, one kiss, happily ever after. That shit ain't real life. That's a fairy tale.
It is, of course. Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
And they want that shit in 9th grade. That ain't happening. They're unrealistic. We as men know it's not realistic because we don't start looking to settle down till after college and maybe 10 years later.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody's ready for marriage until you're over 30. Real talk.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that sentiment right there. I agree 100%. After 30, then you can put things in perspective about building a family. And about wanting and to find out the things that you actually want out of life. You can actually weigh them and put some real thought behind it.
Man, like this is gonna sound crazy to you, but I think there should be a law that if a woman has a baby before 25, they go to jail. I swear to God, man.
Listen, well, a lot of people don't listen.
Well, a lot of us wouldn't grow up with no mamas.
No, what I'm trying to tell you, what it is that all these girls are having kids, and then who's raising these kids? They're kicking the men out. Then you got these kids acting feminine and doing all kind of craziness, and then you have all what the stuff you have now. Either you have a super thug or a stupid chick as a son. You either get one or the other.
I don't know.
And I think some people having kids. When you start at an early age, man, these everybody, like, I just saw a 17-year-old had a kid. You know me. In high school, I had my daughter my sophomore year. I wasn't ready for none of that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people are having these kids way too early. And the only thing they're doing is making more problems for the kids and everybody else. Because their mind gone, and now you made it worse.
Well, I'm out here in the Denver metro
mind that want to have kids early so they can watch them, so they can roll them up and then live their life and still be able to have a life afterwards. So I mean, some people come from that train, they be thinking like that. But
you could be right. I don't know. I'm out here in the Denver metro area, man, and I just don't see that happening. I don't see young people having kids like that. I know it happens, but
man, I see it
on you don't really see that out here.
Yeah. In Florida, no joke. I know a girl that's 20 and has 3 kids. Crazy.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
and I'm looking like, how you have? I got this one cat out here that got 14 kids with 11 women, and he not even 30. That's crazy.
Really?
Small towns like Danville, Virginia. Like there was a kid that had like 8 kids, and he was in sophomore high school because there was nothing else in the town to do besides drink, fucking have kids. You know?
Yeah.
Because in New York, yes, there's a lot of people have kids. I mean,
people's brains are not even developed at 23 and 24. So for them to be having babies to raise a child don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like you know, and like for me, but
I was gonna say, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, just like for me is I kind of got into that situation. So it's like kind of So that question is kind of personal because it pisses me off because of my situation. You see what I'm saying? Because I see my daughter and I see what she is now. And it's like, boy, she wouldn't be like that if I was in her life. You see what I'm saying? And it's not that I wasn't in her life because I didn't want to be. Everybody saw I tried to be, but, you know, can't. Law says you can't, you can't. You see what I'm saying? So I don't, all these people, these girls are just having babies just to have babies, and they raping the government on it. It's crazy. Like I can tell you, my baby mother right now lives in a house and her rent is not even $300 because she's on Section 8 and she ain't looking for no work, because if she look for work, she got to pay it herself.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, not crazy. Big Kev, you want to speak on that?
I was about to say, I kind of felt, I thought we left all that back in the 90s, but I guess not. But I don't know, man. To answer the overall ban, listen, can people change? You can't change them. They can change themselves when they're ready to change. Now, listen, I ain't licensed, but that's my professional opinion on that one.
All right, so we're going to dive into our final segment tonight. A little heavy-handed as well, especially what's going on right now. Let's just hop right into it and do it. So Derek, what is his last name? What's this?
Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin's fate in the death of George Floyd is now in the hands of the jury. How do you see this outcome? What do you like? What do you think what's going to be? I mean, is it going to be like the same as always? Is this going to be found not guilty, and it's going to be like? I mean, what are you feeling? I want to know, like, what's your personal feeling? You think he's going to actually go to jail for this? Hold up. I'm going to go to Big Cat first because I want his opinion. What do you think?
To be honest with you, I would have said a week ago, I would have said yes, but that he was going to get convicted. To be totally honest with you, I think one person is going to hold it up. That's what I think. But I mean, if you've been watching any part of this trial, all the experts came out, and I don't feel bad, man. The defense attorney, that dude, this whole case has sucked for him because he didn't have shit to work with. To be honest with you, he was just throwing shit up against the wall. But listen, like the people say, believe your eyes. We all saw what we saw, and it happened. All that drug shit and all that previous stuff that went on in his life, and him being on that don't mean a damn thing about people being on your back with your hands behind your back with their knee on your neck. I mean, we all saw what we saw. So the man is guilty, right? I know he's guilty because I worked in that business, and I know we don't get trained you don't get trained for that shit. So in my personal opinion, they all guilty, but he gonna get off. Somebody's gonna say they just don't know, or they didn't feel like it was intentional. It's going to be I don't think he did it intentionally shit that's going to get him off.
The dude looked up when the dude told him about his knee was in that. He looked up at the dude and looked at him like, nah, yeah, my knee is this nigga's neck. Like, what you gonna do about it?
And this could be you look. That's what that was.
Yeah. And he just looked up like knowing what he was doing. Like, what? I can't hear you, boy. Like his knee deeper in his neck. That's the type of shit I got when I watched it the first time ever watching it. And you knew the dude, to see the dude like he's flailing, like you can just tell the dude was like, you watching it can see the breathing going out, like the breath going out his ear, and calling for his mama and shit like that. Like, come on, like I couldn't even watch it the second time, man. And then to watch it again months later, like it's been almost a year, isn't it? Like,
can I say something, dude? Yeah. Anyhow, that dude don't get charged, just go to another country for a few months. Just be out.
Yeah, man.
The pressure is on them, and I know they know he has to be guilty some way, shape, or form. He ain't walking out of it. He can't.
I mean, the words of my illustrious cousin.
The BLM and all of that is real right now, bro. They cannot let that dude walk away. The
word of my illustrious cousin, Michael Jackson. They don't really care about us.
Well,
not about us. Right now, us is fighting. And I tell you the difference between the us. There's white people fighting with us right now and making some noise.
There was some. They were in the Michael Jackson video too.
And trust me, it is getting a lot deeper than you think. Because even at my job, like the jokes used to be there. Now the jokes ain't there no more. Like people tightening up on it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Even to my racist, there's people at my there's people in my job that do certain things or have certain positions that you know what they are.
Yeah.
But you don't say nothing. But they, at the same time, you know, they act in a certain manner, in a certain way. Because like the thing I hate the most, and I tell this to anybody, like I'm a Jamaican. So when I walk to somebody says, "Oh, you're Jamaican," I read mine. I just want to box the hell out of you, right? Same thing as me as a black guy. I hate when a white guy walks up to me and tries to prove to me he's not racist. I hate that shit.
I got black friends.
I had a black guy in my house once.
My neighbor's black, man. My neighbor Joe Josiah. He's black.
You know what I mean? Or you talk to one lady and her parents were like, "Oh," I said, "I go to college. For what sport?"
You educated?
What?
Listen, man. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of non-black folks out there that actually are out there in them streets, and it's just the problem is we can't tell which ones is which, and that's been the stressful part of being black in this country forever. We know we have white allies, we got other allies, but we just can't tell which one you is unless you stand out. This is what it is. But this guy gonna get off, and it's unfortunate because people don't really understand the seriousness of what's about to happen if this man don't get convicted. What's about to happen in America is the same stuff that happened the week after Martin Luther King got killed. It was turn up time, and people gonna start turning up, and it's gonna be in the suburbs too. So I hope they do what's right. We all want these people. We want the jury to do what's right, but unfortunately, I think somebody's gonna let him off.
I think, like, in real talk, like, not trying to be too crazy about it, but I think all of this is just a smaller event to a bigger event. I think something big is gonna happen. And I think.
Like in the U.S., are you talking about in Minnesota? Like, what are you talking about? Where do you think something big's gonna happen? Like the world will, like, explain.
No, in America. I think all superpowers have their time and crumble.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think right now we're looking at the beginning of the end.
Yeah. It started with COVID. I mean, it started a long time ago, but it's definitely done picked up its pace since COVID. And it's something serious is about to happen. If this man does not get convicted, and the other gentleman, or the other police officer or whatever that killed that kid right down the street,
yeah.
If the two of them don't go to jail, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad if Chauvin gets off. I just know, and I feel like all the three of us know what I'm saying. I feel like it's gonna turn up.
It's been turn up time for years, but I don't think our youth, and it's sad to say, have that same conviction as us older people. Like,
I don't know about that.
I mean,
go ahead, though.
I don't know if they have the same. I don't know. Ready, Reg, you can hop in anytime you think here. I don't know if our youth has that same fight that we have. Like, because we're sick of tired of seeing sick of tired. They grew up in a whole, like, different type of era that they don't see race as a big thing. You know what I mean? Like, to them, it's mostly because we've been at our age sick of seeing it. We're done seeing it. We're tired of watching our youth, their age, get murdered, shot, stabbed for not complying. Because no matter, I'm saying this like I said this earlier, I said yesterday, no matter if the dude was 100% guilty of a counterfeit $20 bill, there is no reason for a cop to take anyone's life for any reason of even if they're guilty. Because that's not our system is set up to go to the judicial system for the judge to the jury to prove their innocence or guilt, not for them to be the judge on the scene. Now, if they're like, now I'm not talking about situations of when their life is a state. That's a whole different story. This dude's life was not a state from a $20 bill. There was no reason for the misjustice was going to happen, regardless. And they checked him for weapons. There was no weapons on him. And the funny thing is, even when you have a $20 bill, no cop is not even educated enough to test the bill to know that it's fucking real or fake. It has to be sent to a lab before they test it to make sure that this is counterfeit. They can have an idea that this is counterfeit. I remember going to KFC one time in Danville, Virginia, and have the old $20 bill. The dude that I sent the money to never seen the old $20 bill. Assumed that it was counterfeit. Would not take it. he could not. There's no reason.
But that's their right. If I think it's cash, you don't have to bring it to me. I mean, at this day and age, who's using cash?
That's correct too. But I mean, I used to listen. But here's the thing: in New York, though, there's certain places that you can only use cash, so you have to have cash.
Man, because people don't. I don't hang out at those places, man.
No, actually, it's not just in New York; it's everywhere. There's in New Jersey too. Because
once again, any place that requires cash does not need my presence at that place.
Yeah, you're not going to no upscale places, man. You ain't going to no upscale places.
No, all upscale joints don't take cash. But for me as a grown man, I use credit card. I'm not walking with cash. I'm not going nowhere with $100, $200 in my pocket.
No. There are upscale.
I mean, come on. We grew up in a different generation where people run your pockets, take your shit. If you want to take my credit card all day, take it, because I don't lose nothing. But I'm not. There are some skills. There are upscale places that don't. To go to a bar or something with $200 in my pocket. You sound crazy. I'm walking with credit card.
Here's the reason why. Because they don't want.
Give me $1. I got a credit card, homie. Sorry, there's nothing for me to give.
We saying the same thing, but so not every place takes cash.
Some people do actually. Some upscale places do only take cash because one, they don't want to pay the credit card, the fee back to the credit card companies when you have to swipe. Each swipe you have to swipe.
So they're not going to be in business long. All right, that's cool.
No, they've been here since the beginning of time, bro. They own hold up. There's this restaurant that is very popular in White Plains. It has the #1 wings they've never taken credit, and they're still open for 40, 50 years plus, bro. It's because they don't want to pay back the credit card. Hold on, we have a comment. He will get convicted, but the stupid remarks by Maxine Walters has a high chance of getting him off of the pill and get one or two charges removed, because the location will be moved and certain evidence will not be allowed that's deemed tainted.
That is true. And he absolutely right. Maxine Waters ain't helping. She needs to stay in California and just focus on her little area in California. Do something there first. She trying to make a name like what's-his-face did by getting his ass whooped walking across Evan Pettis Bridge. Trying to get her John Lewis moment.
Just to make sure, is that Derry McKee? This dude he's very active on our page. Love the activity on there, man, and always the conversation is always the highest standard conversation we have on the page. Great guy, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining our podcast. That dude always has something to say, and he comes with the facts, man. And a lot of things he says I can't dispute because they are facts. Like, because a lot of people like to argue with emotion. And then, you can't. Emotion and facts do not always. You can. There's no way to win an argument when somebody's coming with emotion versus the facts. And
now let me add something to that. So he absolutely right about it being moved too, because if one person that's from there understands the real dynamics of their state, they end up being the one person where they can convict them. They move it to more of a police friendly.
A mixed town. Goes to suburb area where there's not when there's people of his peers there, then it's gonna change his whole thing. I know, because that's what I think is gonna end in the mistrial. And I'm thinking that he's not gonna get convicted because they'll throw, like, when it's the second time around, they'll throw out shit and he won't be used and will not be convicted. So that's why I believe he's not gonna be convicted.
Plus, when you got a judge telling you at the end, you may have some grounds for a mistrial or something like that. When you got the judge telling you that, then I mean, that's the little dog whistle right there, or a little hint or whatever.
So we're basically saying the two of us believe that he's not getting convicted. You're saying that, I know, Reg, you're saying that they must convict, because if they don't, some shit's gonna open up like can of whooping ass is coming. We thought the part before COVID went down. The burning. Well, no, that was doing.
Remember what happened with Rodney King, right?
Yeah, far worse. That's going to end up happening.
Okay, exactly. All right.
When you dropped off,
happened for Rodney King. What they did.
When you dropped off, I was just saying that our younger generation, do they have that same fight that we have, though?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'll let you go ahead, Bigger. I'll let you go.
Yeah, because I don't believe they do. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
we were angry, bro. We were angry growing up in the 90s. Well, I mean, that's when Fight the Power and all that was going down.
Yes.
We were rebelling, bro. We just fresh off Black Panthers and all of that. I don't think this new age is nowhere angry like we were.
We're not.
more access to knowledge, and they have more
integrated more.
Yeah, they're more educated than we were. We were just angry. They're more educated, so they're not as angry as we were. Yeah,
Hold on. That doesn't mean that they're smarter. That just means that they're open to a lot of different things, influences that they don't take the race thing as serious as we may take it, because they don't realize what it means to be denigrated or discriminated in that way. Because they grew up being mixed and dating all of the outside their race and things like that. They never had to go through that pain we had to go through, man.
Yeah, it's way more acceptable now than it was when we were growing up. Remember, even when we were like, oh, we talked to this white girl, you can have 4 or 5 black girls. They were mad, and they won't even talk to you, but they were still mad that you would talk to a white girl.
Okay, let's all right. Listen, let's get back on topic, right? The younger generation is just as hardcore as we are, and you know what? So, just in the rap game alone, what do we remember? Biggie and Tupac, right? But in this generation, just in the last 3 years, how many big name rap artists have been murdered? They just as violent as us, but they do things differently. So they're a lot more.
I wasn't talking about violence, though.
No, not violence in the sense of hardcore.
But you have to take that into consideration. They about that life. They're about that life. They will cancel you. They will cancel you on social media. You know, but they will get out there and they will demonstrate and protest. I mean, a prime example of that is what happened in Minnesota today. Apparently, 100 schools, them kids walked out of 100 schools in protest. So they are active. They are a lot active than we give them credit. Yeah.
No, I said that they're active, but I don't think they are like, okay. I compare situations. I'm going to compare old situations to newer situations.
Okay.
All right, let's think about Watts when they had that riot. Now let's talk about the one they had in Baltimore.
Okay.
All right. You can look at both riots, but you can't compare the two as far as how much damage and destruction and everything that was done. I think you got more people who may act stupid and look for reasons to start things, but they're not
focused.
I can't think of the word. I'm trying to articulate it, but I can't because
they're not focused.
I know what I'm saying. I don't know how to express it. But I'm just saying is that I just think that back in the day, like what Earth said, the amount of pain and anger we were going through because we were experiencing it and living it, according to people seeing it. All right, we were actually going through it.
So it just wasn't more. Okay, it wasn't being caught on film as much. And it wasn't being caught on film as much.
Well, even if it was being caught on film, it was ignored. It was like it still was, even though it was happening, it wasn't really happening. They don't believe now. That's just because now. Here's the thing: now they're more concerned about looting. They're looting. They'll start the riot to go in there and get a pair of Jordans or the J's and stuff like that.
Bro, we're not gonna put that on them. All right, people looted, but people was looting back in the Writing Kings and all that.
All you saw, all right. So when this first happened, and they showed you all the pictures of all the time, and then they were strategically dropping bricks in the middle of cities and stuff like that. What did you see the majority of the people were doing? Running in stores, bro. Come on. Did you? Yeah. Because there were certain people that were burning down like the police stations. They were burning down the building, the shit that actually meant something, or burning in their neighborhood, burning shit down to rebuild. Because the only thing to eradicate or to change everything must be burnt down to rebuild up in order to get to what we're trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way to get a true unity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Not to say that I might be behind it, let's do that. But I'm saying to you, if we're talking about a total reconstruction of this country and coming together as one nation under one person, it all has the infrastructure of this country has to be burnt down and rebuilt. It's the only way. That is the only way to get to what we strive for. The only way. Because we can pick and pick and pick and not get anywhere. We've been picking for how many years now? We're still considered second-class citizens in a lot of different places just because of the color of skin. We're always the first. Like when they tell you about the darkness is evil, but darkness is only absence of light. You know what I mean?
Hold on a second. Let me go get my mirror and put it up for a second so I can take a break. So because you're talking into a mirror, I already understand what you're saying, man. I do. I totally understand where you're coming from, man. Listen, we need a system of justice, and we that's just not what it is. Some people are getting some justice, but overall, it's just not a.
That Constitution wasn't written with us in mind.
You have to tear down everything and burn down everything to start over to get the system that you want.
The system that we need as a country, like and I'm not
a real system of justice, not a justice, a real system of justice. Yeah,
because remember, the Constitution was written when we were still slaves. Like the Constitution wasn't us.
But I'm saying is, even if you burn down everything, and you give people the same freedoms with the same laws and the Constitution that we're based on, it may seem good for a year or two, but at some point it has to come right back to where it's at.
Everything, including the Constitution.
No, but then you have to take away freedoms. So you're saying cut the Constitution out, let's do martial law, communism, shut it all down.
No. That's why you have amendments, because you can actually amend things, and like you can different body of people to
but you're saying you got to stop everything. You have to burn it down completely and start all over. So what are you going to start all over with?
Well, something with all of us coming in.
Different from what you have right now is communism. So you have communism, and then you have your right to vote and your freedoms that America gives.
Are we free? I mean, are we free?
So you're either diplomatic or you're communist, right?
Are we free? But why is it only two labels?
It depends on how you look at it. Am I free? Well, a lot of people come into this country because they're allowed to be free. Go to Russia and say something about Putin and see what happened to you. Go to Germany.
We're not talking about the country, but we're talking about our country.
Are you free? Yes,
we're free.
You feel free.
You're free because the word that you know of freedom is limited. You only know what your mind is already set to what you think is free. That's not freedom, B. You're just free to believe that definition that you have in your mind is freedom. That's not freedom.
The definition I have in my mind of freedom
you've been conditioned already to the word freedom, to believe in what you have now is freedom.
I don't know about that, because I didn't feel free until about maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
What liberated you, my man?
Well, see, the thing about it is that, and this goes back to, and I don't want to say, but I go to church on Sundays, and it was the one thing this guy said, it's like you have a 6'4" guy walking and you have a 5 foot guy walking. You try to walk them next to each other. You see the 6'4" guy taking these long strides, and you see this 5 foot dude looking at the 6'4" and said, I want to take the same strides and do the same thing he's doing. But he looks crazy doing it because he's trying to be somebody else instead of being himself.
So you mean that you're telling me that your mind was free about 2 or 3 years ago?
Bro, my mind was following something that I can't follow. I'm trying to be like Michael Jackson. I want to be like football players. I want to be like all these rich guys. Like that's not my walk. Mm-hmm. My walk ain't that walk. That's their walk.
That's not your purpose.
I'm walking my own walk. So once you start realizing what you're walking for and what you're doing in life, you start going down a road. When you start going down them road, you start seeing what I call gifts, blessings. Things start coming into your life. You see, like me, bro, nobody's going to tell me different. I know what I did in Jersey. I know how much trouble I caused. I know what kind of guy I was. In the last 3 years, you're talking about a guy who went from believing credit was stupid with a 428 who's over 700 now. Talking from a guy that used to live off of everybody, live in a friend's house, live in a girl's house, living off of people, to now living on my own. You're talking about a guy that used to ride the bus and borrow cars and now own his own. I'm doing things differently because I'm making different choices. And my choices are making me feel free. And one thing
you're still in prison because you just talked about your credit score. Like you knew there's a restraint.
No, but you see, but the thing about it is that once I realized what credit can do, I changed my score. See, now this comes back to an early conversation. Big Kev said anybody can change, but that person has to want to change. It's your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's your mind. And if you're allowed to free your mind, then you can do whatever you want to do once you start freeing up your mind to bring in what you need. Because a lot of people are stuck on what they want. So once you start bringing in and taking care of what you need, and you start realizing, man, you know what? I'm not like other people. When COVID came, I wasn't worried about my rent. I felt okay because I know what kind of job I have. I know what I'm doing. It's different. I feel comfortable. I drive home with a smile on my face. I lay down in my bed, whether I'm alone or with somebody, I'm still smiling because I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I know I got my home.
Okay.
I feel free.
Going back to the original question, what you think is going to happen with this case?
Well, in my mind, that nigga ain't gonna be free.
Let me tell you, he's gonna be free to roam around in your mind.
You know what I think? With something that just I noticed about this case in the end when they was doing their closing arguments. Listen, everybody has a right to plead the fifth, but if you really, truly, if you really wasn't trying to kill the man, you would have went against your attorney's advice and gave a few words or said something. To me, that just comes across as like non-remorseful or non-empathetic. Not to even have a word or something. Oh, the only thing he said is I plead, the fifth. But that's his right to do that. But if a person who's not really trying to kill a person who's not trying to murder somebody will probably want to say a few words or something.
I think he has. I think on his defense that there's nothing he could have said to change the perspective of how he's viewed.
Maybe.
Regardless if he came around and said, I apologize, which is showing his guilt, or I know that this transpired, his death transpired, and it was not intentional, which is also showing his guilt. There was no win for him to speak at all. He did with his best interest. It's not about his film because remorse will lead to you believe that he's guilty.
Okay, just as a human being, yeah, he guilty. We saw that. Yeah, we already know that. But there's something to be said about having some remorse. Some remorse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do we know that he's guilty? Like he's like
okay. As a person who used to be an arrest control instructor, he guilty. Oh yeah, he guilty.
Like he's guilty of violating his whatever procedure. But is he guilty?
Everybody
trained to do. Let's put it like that. Is that how they train to keep people down? Yes or no?
No.
That's the simple thing.
No. But there are occasions where you could do a chokehold, like a neck chokehold. But that's Listen, when the cuffs go on, I don't care how tall that man is or if he had claustrophobia. You get him in there. You turn the radio on. Hey, I'm running cold to the jail. Take him straight to jail. He can kick the windows out and all that. All that stuff's insured. Right? Get the man down there and book him in the jail. Let him have his day in court. It's that simple. It's not that damn hard. First of all, instead of having them all up against the wall, why don't you just go sit the man down in the car right then and there? Right? He ain't going nowhere.
And when they played the video, and then they said when he said he was claustrophobic, right? They pulled him out the car and he thanked the officers for pulling me outside. He was like, "Thank you for pulling him out there." They had him resting on the side, so he, and then they put him. Then he wouldn't put him face down and put his knee in his neck. Like,
see, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you guys say?
Listen, every police officer is trained for this and understand this. Nobody wants to go to jail, and nobody likes to have their hands behind their back getting handcuffs on because it's just not a natural thing. So you do learn that after that first cuff goes on, where they grab your hand and put that cuff on, and it registers in your head that it's time to go to jail. That's when it gets difficult and you start having issues with the second cuff, right? Mm-hmm. But he got cuffed up, sat in there chilling. If the man is just standing there and cuffed up, you know what? Hey, man, look, come on in, sit at the car. Let's sit you in the car. That way you ain't got to worry about nobody running up on you or anything could happen. The safest place for you to be right now is in the back of this car. We're going to work it out. Work it out, figure it out. If he's guilty, take him to jail, give him his information for him to show up to court. That's it. There's no reason to be throwing people on the ground, having 3 people on you. When you got the handcuffs on, the handcuffs is on. So all that other extra stuff with them pushing them down. And then, and I don't know if people can remember this though. Paramedics come up, put the little gurney thing down. The man's still on his neck with the handcuffs. Yeah. I'm kind of getting tired of talking about it because it's the same things over and over and over again. But here, I feel like somebody gonna hold him up and let him off.
I feel the same way too. I mean, I feel like he's gonna walk.
You don't think this climate is crazy if they let him go?
They don't care about us.
This climate, bro. That'd be crazy. That'd be so. With everything that they have now, this is worse than Rodney King.
And now for my next trick, the dude, we have the evidence and you've been to count the minutes away with your knee is on his neck, and you're not guilty because there was.
Listen, they didn't bring all of these National Guard folks in the town and
for no reason.
Outside agencies for that.
So guess what?
I didn't think about that.
So hold on, before you even speak. So guess what? The next one, the Dante guy.
Yeah,
They're not even going. That's not even gonna get indicted. That's not gonna get. They're gonna show you. They're gonna show you monkeys. They're gonna show you.
monkeys.
That's
They're gonna show you monkeys. Oh,
they're gonna show you that your life is not worth anything to them, B.
Well, man, listen, that's a whole nother situation, man, and it's a shame. It's just a tragedy on all sides because we was in the middle of a pandemic, and if anybody who had to deal with the DMV during the pandemic or go to court, it wasn't that. It was you had to schedule a lot of appointments and all that stuff. I mean, it's crazy.
New York was giving people free passes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they was told, "Hey, you know what? Unless you feel like there's something bigger than just don't you can't really be writing people tickets for registration and stuff." But he had a warrant for failure to appear. Now, I don't know about anybody who else is watching, but if you had kids that was logging online, they was getting kicked offline all the time. So who knows? Yeah. He could have tried to log in and couldn't get in. I don't know, but all of that wasn't worth it. Now, the dumb thing is that you can't you can't be fighting away from the police, man. Now you do have a right to try to get away if you feel like your life is in danger. But that's not worth it. That just wasn't worth it.
That's actually written, but that just doesn't work that law is not for everybody. It wasn't made for everyone. So but you do have the right to defend yourself against the officer.
Let me ask you a question. The black military guy that got pulled over by that cop, were they wrong?
Man, let me tell you.
I'm just asking.
That was probably one of. Okay, listen. You apparently they following a guy because they can't see his temporary tag. Okay, great. Now you always use your officer safety skills and you do whatever you got to do to make sure you protect yourself. But when the window comes down and you see the bars in a uniform and you work around a military base, I mean you I'm not going to say you just throw caution to the wind and not protect yourself, but all of the yelling and raising the voice. I mean, technically the dude outranks him. So, I mean, it's like, what's up with all this energy, man? I'm in uniform. I'm probably going to work or coming home. And what is this all over a temporary tag or a tag that you can't say?
It was in the front window.
It was in the back. It was in the back. It was in the back.
But even still.
It was the windows were tinted, but you can still see the outline of the temporary tag. You just couldn't.
But I'm trying to say though, but it's in training. They have to, like, I know when I had my legal tags in New York, they pulled over, they waited for backup to come, and yes, the guns were drawn.
Yeah, I said that's what I said. Use all of your tactics, until you. Yeah, I get that, but I mean, you got to have some common sense at the same time. The man is not yelling or being aggressive. At some point you have to just use some common sense. Now he was getting pissed off because he wasn't following the commands. Hey, turn your car off and get out of the car. Man got his hands up. What you do, your partner comes around, get you out. I mean, or whatever. There's a whole lot of different ways that have done that. Well, the key thing you said, ridiculous to keep pointing the damn taser in the man's face. I'm like, come on, man, really?
Hold on, but the key thing is that you said that you're working on the military base. The military base is right there.
But however, the lieutenant probably should have been like, this shit just ain't worth it. Let me just get out this damn car and then deal with this shit afterwards, because he can follow up by filing a complaint or something like that, or find his ass in real life and box his ass off both of them off duty. I mean, it's a small town, right? But
yeah,
all right.
That's just what dude got into his feelings because he wasn't following the commands, and he felt like because he's in uniform, he should be listening because he should understand.
It was a power struggle. That's what it was. It was a power struggle. One got mad that one wasn't listening. And then draw. I mean, because really, when you come on, I mean, the base is right there. I mean, this is it would be different if the dude was just driving through your town. But if you know the base is right there.
But here's the other.
You from being a civilian. You're still a civilian.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's the only point I'm making. I don't think if they tell him turn your car off and get out the car, your military suit don't mean nothing.
That is true. That is true. I give you that. That's you absolutely right.
Like you said,
just comply. Yeah. But in the light of what's been going on in this world, maybe you're scared to get out.
Yeah, you have the right to not do that. Well, you can drive to a well-lit place before you get pulled over. You're supposed to have that.
Place. He was at a gas
station.
I'm saying.
No, but that's what started because he didn't pull over until he got to the gas station. That was the issue. They were following him because he pulled over in the gas station because it was well lit, and that's why he already was angry before he got out the damn police car to come over to the damn car, and he had his gun drawn. Yeah. The officer was fucking wrong.
The officer was doing exactly what officers do.
Right? I think he did what he was trained to do.
He did exactly what he was trained to do, up until the point where he realized this guy's not being aggressive, and maybe I should use some common sense. He is in the uniform. He might not be listening, but he's not being aggressive. And, communication is a two-way street. However, when a police officer has a weapon pointed at you, all of that, hey, let's talk about the law shit, and you can't do this. Maybe it's time to not do that shit.
There you go.
You could end up dead.
You're saying, I understand what you guys are saying. You guys make valid points. The problem is when here we go again shit. Here we go again. What the fuck happened? Am I going to make it home this time, or am I going to be the subject of a fucking?
We all three of us understand what you're saying.
That is if you police this way and it works out this way, everyone's going to feel this way. It's not going to be all right. So, officer, I'm going to do this, and do that because you don't know. You can do everything right and get shot, bro. The compliance does not mean that you get home.
Yeah, that is absolutely true because right in the same city that they wrapping up Derek Chauvin was Philando Castile, right?
Yeah.
Same, just on the other side of the bridge. But listen, man, here's what I would say. I would have done exactly the same thing them other officers did. I probably wouldn't have been yelling and screaming. I just would have been more dialed in.
Blackouts are worse.
Well, I don't know. But I would not have. I would have made sure I was in control of my emotions because your emotions can get somebody killed or get you killed. I definitely would have been zoned in on them because I'm like, if you're not pulling over now, then what's really going on with this vehicle? So
exactly,
I may have even called for another car. But
thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been taking. I wouldn't have been like jumping out, just like you gonna do what I tell you to do. You always got the one cop that's got to get your guy, no matter what it is. He got to get you. You know. He can't. He's real good at barking and giving orders and being in control. Well, no, trying to be in control, but he just always goes over the edge. We used to call them shit magnets. But the crazy shit is about them dudes. They always find shit. Those are the dudes that's gonna have the biggest bus all the time. That's the guy that's gonna find a random car with 30 keys in it. It's that guy. Like, he's overly fucking aggressive all the time. He's just overly aggressive.
If you guys ever get the chance to check out American Skin.
I saw that.
That was a good movie. You gotta check it out. It was basically dealing with a lot of the shit that's going on. And I don't want to give away the movie, but inside, like, because have you seen the trailer to it at all?
I saw the movie already.
Oh, you already saw it already. All right. Did you see the movie or did you?
No.
The trailer.
I'm doing too much foolishness right now to even look at that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm serious. I haven't seen it. No.
All right. So basically, the movie, there's a point in there where there's a hostage situation, and how it plays out, and you really get a different perspective. It's not just one of those movies you get one-sided and they're trying to beat home a topping. It's actually you get to see many different sides of this fucking onion as it's peeled off in these different layers of every aspect of that we call what we're dealing with today in the movie. And again, and I thought it was a little refreshing. The only problem I thought was, it's like, damn, like no matter how hard you try to do something to make a point to make a change.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're referring to.
Always like we can't see the woods beyond the what's the saying? You can't see the forest beyond the trees. And no matter how we end up in the same result. That is the fucking problem. No matter how well we listen, how we comply, how we do this, how we do that, it's always going to be that one person that says, well, you make good points, fuck it, bang. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter anyway. That's the problem. Because we don't own anything because minorities, most people don't own anywhere of such essential power to make any of these changes stick. That is where we're failed. That's why I said you have to burn it down to rebuild it, because we need to be part of this infrastructure in order to make these things necessary changes for our people, not our people, but people, as all of us, white, black, brown, yellow, all our people, as all of us people. We need to have people that come together to break these laws for all of us. I mean, that's just the only way, bro. Or else we're never going to have true unity. It's not going to exist. It's never going to get there, because there always will be some circumventing it back to why we don't have. Everybody goes. I was at Central Park the other day, and I was just telling my children the other day, like, this used to be a black village, Seneca, and they destroyed it, kicked all the white people out, and made a park out of it. And people go there, laugh, play, joke, and have a good time, just so they can have some out space area to chill, and not knowing what that actual land really meant. And I take my kids. We used to go to Central Park every Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like the 1800s, I think it was.
Whatever it was, it was a whole. It was like our land was given to us as slavery.
Yeah.
You're
right.
And destroyed it,
burned it down, and re-gentrified it by force.
Yeah, that's the first regentification. Before they hit Harlem, like going to Harlem is not even the same anymore.
No, it's all Jewish people, Hasidic Jews.
Not really.
Huh.
I went down there, bro, and it was Jewed out. I
was just there the other night, but my family still lives there. I mean, there are parts. No, don't get me. There's sections of them. Don't get me wrong, but ever since when Clinton moved in, the dynamic changed.
Oh, let me. This is on topic, but we kind of got off topic a little bit. This is what's going on too. This is the other side of this. That the thin blue line is getting some payback. That's another reason why people are getting popped and fucked up right now. They're getting some payback for their brothers.
Yeah,
they're a little bit more aggressive than they normally would be all across the country. So be careful.
Yeah,
man.
I mean they're our biggest gang. It really is bigger than the Crips and the Bloods.
Yeah.
Cool, please.
Yeah, brother.
So who else we got to talk about? They got their ass up out here or jacked up, or
well, hopefully
I keep seeing videos every day. Every day we see a brand new video. As soon as you go on the social media.
I mean, we felt, but we haven't really talked about. But I hope we get into another subject another day. Is the this Asian hate that's going around as well too, of our Asian brothers that are really getting like
Asian hate.
Yeah, there's
I love Chinese food. Who don't like Chinese food?
And on that note,
yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that on the next show but we need to address that. We need to address that because that
you feed him that energy.
Come on, man, y'all tripping. I love it.
You say we don't like Chinese food.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But I mean, like
that nigga don't like Chinese food.
They're going through what we've went through for years.
Man, and Chinese people, I want to have them Nikes, bro. I love them Chinese people, man. Don't talk bad about and the Koreans. Thank you for making Nikes. Thank you very much.
And the crazy thing is when we do this dive that they've always remember they weren't always our biggest allies. But now I mean it's just like I mean, basically, when we shit, they were part of the problem. Get out of the store, come buy from me, that type of shit. Like this, I mean, it's all that type of shit. Like, what are you doing? The Men's Society type shit. The profiling and stuff like that. Whatever. Listen, the neighborhoods didn't get along. I mean, it's a whole different thing. We'll talk about it. Because, like we said, we address everything on the shows, and we deep dive in here and get, let's talk about real shit. So I'm gonna end this nice show because we're about to run up on 2 hours, bro. And this was meant to be something that was supposed to be like an hour and a half. But I love the feedback. I love the energy. I love the way we was able to talk. Tonight's episode is called The Verdict.
Yeah, it was good. Yes.
Yeah. Tonight's episode was called The Verdict. I got my boys here. I got Ready Reds. I got my boy Big Kev here. I'm gonna just sign off and talk to you, say goodbye to y'all, and then we're gonna get up out of here. So I'm gonna say to our guests first, Ready Reds, tell everybody where they can reach you at, how to get at you, man. And like your last thoughts, bro.
No, man, I just want to say it, man. Everybody has to elevate, man. Like I said, each one teach one. Let's elevate together.
Appreciate that.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Big Kev, man. I kind of missed y'all. I ain't been on for a while. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more, punctual and show up, But hey, I appreciate y'all. You can find me where you've been finding me before on them internets, out there on them internets at Facebook and Twitter. Big Kev 34 on Twitter. Y'all know where that came from. All right. So that's about it, man. I enjoyed it. The next one's going to be interesting because we'll have a verdict in by then. And so we'll be here to talk about it.
Definitely. It's like knocking this dust off. It's like getting back on this bicycle, trying to ride on again. I appreciate everybody who watches the show, shows the love and support.
You riding bicycles, homie?
Yeah, I'm riding bicycles.
You know what, man?
I'm trying to
riding bicycles, man. I ain't even going to make fun of you, man. Positivity, homie. Keep riding. No doubt.
Like I said, thank y'all for still supporting on the page and the conversations that we have, and everybody that's commented tonight. Shout out to the whole crew, Clips, Tweet. Who am I forgetting now? Melissa. I keep forgetting Melissa. That's what I run into.
Damn, it's all right. I got your back.
No doubt. I appreciate it. Yeah, check us out. We'll be back on again. You'll probably catch me tomorrow or the day after. Let's try to fill these shows in because we've been away for so long. So hopefully get people back on. And if anybody got something to say, man, hop on and join us. If you want to hop on the show and talk to us and shoot the shit with us, just let me know. Shoot me an email or how to hit us up on the page. And just remember, these are real life conversations. We're just having them. We're not afraid to talk our mind, speak our mind, and how it comes off is how it comes off. I hate that shit that you can't speak your mind anymore. Like, regardless of you dislike what I say or you don't agree, you were the first one to cancel the person. But we are entitled to our opinions of situations, and respect that. You don't have to like it, but let's have a conversation about it. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why you don't like what I said. Tell me why I'm like where I stand. I'm like, listen, that's bullshit, and tell this is why. And I love the fact that we have three brothers on the show right now that can tell you different opinions, and we can agree on different things, and we can disagree. But yet, guess what? We still here. We can keep the ball moving and show going. Ray Rez will be back. Hopefully, I'll see him on the next show. Right?
No doubt. I'm here.
No, I appreciate that.
Go ahead. No, I said I'll try to be more articulate and not as funny. I'll try to keep Big Kev from smiling, man. I'm gonna try to keep him.
You good, man?
We need that. Bring that
laughter. Good. No, you good, man.
Yeah, definitely. And on that note, Clock Watch. I'm out of here. Yo, don't forget to smash. Go to YouTube, Clock Watch, smash, accept, a highlight, whatever you gotta do. Alert, join, subscribe. All that good shit. And don't forget to check out the social medias. We're on everywhere. Twitch. You're on. What's up, Twitch? Tonight? I forgot to tell you that. Yeah. IG. I put all the memes and shit on IG. So check us out. Clockwatch. 5 Instagram. Facebook. We there. Just keep on showing us the love. Keep on growing it. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We do this shit like every day. All right. We out. Clockwatch.